Welcome back to Cooking with Sally J. It's still Monday, November 24th, Memorial Day, 2020. What I'm doing now is we're going to make an American chopped suey. I just got back from town, so I really have no clue what I look like, but I'm on a time schedule here. I've already got my macaroni going. I've got more in here. Typically you want to pre-cook a pound box. I have probably 1.5 pounds in here because I'm going to make a small mac and cheese for the daughters and the grandchildren because they like it. I don't, so I want something that's a little meatier. So that's almost ready. So right now what I'm doing in this pan is I am chopping up an onion for the American chopped suey. Typically I would put a green pepper in here also, but for some reason we didn't get one when we got groceries. So in the stewed tomatoes, it's in there anyway. So while that's frying up, I want to soften the onions a little bit. I'll open up my cans of stuff. You're going to need a can of tomato sauce and 1 can of stewed tomatoes. And by a can, I mean the 15-ounce size cans. It's a beautiful day out. Should be outside, but I will be soon enough. Okay, so those are just open. This is a very quick and easy chop suey. This is how we've always done it growing up. Some people put ketchup in theirs. I don't. I do put pepperoni in mine. Okay, I think that my onions are good enough. Thought I had a fork. You know me and my forks. I'm just going to take the hamburger and add it to the onions. And if you're out there and you want to enact with me, what are my favorite spices? If you remember from my other videos, meat tenderizer and garlic salt. That's my go-tos. I don't usually waver from them much. Although, I do have a 1 pot, I don't know what they call it, 1 pot something dish. It's macaroni, but it's like a chili. Anyway, I'll make that another time. But I do like the spices that's in that. But for right now, I'm just making this the traditional way. Can find a fork. Alrighty, turn that back up. So you just, after your onions are sauteed, you're just gonna cook up your hamburger in with that onion, and it needs to be cooked up well. The reason I chose this pan instead of a fry pan is because I can just take the whole thing in this dish when it's done, and that saves me dirtying a ton of stuff. If you listen to my videos, you know I hate the dishes. I hate the dish part of it. Macaroni's almost ready. Alrighty. So, I know some of you watching me and it's a little quiet. I'd be curious to know what you guys did on your Memorial Day. Just write on my Facebook page and just, for the fun of it, just let me know what you all did. If you got together with family or if you stayed home and worked around your house. It'd be kind of fun just to hear what you guys are doing. Okay. Okay. There we go. Good thing there's some editing that I do, huh? Macaroni and the hamburger. Okay, so the hamburger, I would say, is pretty ready. And I would say okay, now I know I put butter in that pan, but I'm not draining this. I'm going to keep that in there because it adds to the flavor of the meat, of the sauce and stuff. Before I add anything else, I'm going to drain the macaroni. Okay, with the macaroni, I typically will fill my pot up because that helps loosen the macaroni that might stay in the bottom. And I just dump it over and it just lightly rinses that. Okay, now I'm going to add my can of stewed tomatoes and a can of my tomato sauce. You're going to stir that together really good. Just kind of beat down your tomatoes. Even though they're supposed to be stewed, some of them are kind of whole. And just want to kind of beat them up a little bit. A lot of times I'll take my kitchen scissors, which I have more than one pair. I just kind of cut them up a little bit. A lot of times I'll do it while they're in the can. But there's nothing like having a stinking whole half a tomato when you're getting your macaroni. I don't like that. Okay, then I add 2 tablespoons of sugar to that meat sauce. Turn it down a little bit. And I'll add some pepperoni. I am going to cut this up a little bit. You don't need these whole big pieces in there. You just make your kitchen your own place. There's no... Sometimes there's just so many rules to everything. It just drives me crazy. So, just do what's comfortable for you. I mean, there's common sense. You know, you're not going to bring your garden scissors in and use them in cooking. But if you have scissors set aside in your kitchen to use for your kitchen cooking, do it, because it's so much faster than a knife. Look at that. Okay. So that's all mixed up really good and cooked. I do wish I had some green peppers though, because it just adds to the look. Now, I need to take out some macaroni for the mac and cheese. And the rest I will put I'm just going to pour right in there, even though it's hot and bubbly. Shut the heat off. Take it off the heat even. I'm just gonna mix it up. Now you can add ketchup if you want to, or if you want to add some tomato paste to give it a little more thickness. I don't like to do that. My mother used to add tomato soup to it, and I never liked that. I do not put salt in my cooking. I do not put salt. Like people when they boil their potatoes, they'll put salt or in. I don't, because I don't like to have, if you want added salt, add it to it when you get your own serving. Because some people like salt, some people don't like salt, and so I really have never cooked with it. Mom did always growing up, but I do not boil anything in salt. And I just figure if people want salt, they will add it when they sit down to the table. Okay. So this is what the American chopped suey looks like. Oh, baby. There. Hope you can see that. And that was quick, and that was easy. So if you make it, enjoy, but if you have a green pepper, really, it adds to it, and I would put a green pepper in it. I also like mushrooms in it, but where we're going, the kids don't care for mushrooms much, or some of them do, some of them don't, so I on purpose won't do that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this segment of Cooking with Sally J, and if you enjoyed it, hit subscribe. Go to my Facebook page, Cooking with Sally J, and you'll find the complete recipe and the video there also. Thank you, God bless you, and I hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day.